What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TW Motorsports, and today we've got some bad news. The green truck is broken, but we got some good news. It's going to kind of tie in with another vehicle that I purchased. So yes, I know that here lately I've been buying a few vehicles, and the videos haven't been as far as like me working on stuff. I just haven't had a ton of time. My son playing basketball, so I'm filming when I can, a little bit each night. So some of the videos might kind of intertwine as far as like you might see something in the background that you didn't see before, and you know, so just so you know, that's what's going on. Anyway, I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, why I bought what I bought, and then what happened to the green truck, what's going on with it. So anyway, I sold, as you guys know, I sold the Suburban and I sold the Trailblazer SS, and I bought the Yukon, the Denali. And I knew right away that I wasn't going to want to drive that thing every day. I just didn't want to mile it up. I'm kind of one of those people with the stuff that I know that I'm going to get rid of within the next year. I don't like to mile it up. So on the Suburban, it didn't really matter. I could drive it every day. It had a ton of miles on it anyway. The value wasn't going to go down. Well, on the Yukon, you know, I'm driving 70 miles a day to work, and sometimes even more. And then we're obviously taking it on trips and stuff. So I didn't want to put like a gazillion miles on it, because I still like to be able to break out of stuff when I'm ready to get rid of it. So I knew I wanted just kind of like a daily driver, nothing fancy. You know, the Trailblazer would have been okay for that, but I didn't want to mile it up any more than it was. And it was really too nice to daily drive, in my opinion. I know that the miles were high, but it was just really, really nice, and I hated driving it like in the rain when I got it washed. Those things are pretty common to rust. So anyway, let's take a look at what we got. And like I said, I wanted something that I could daily drive, that I knew would be dependable. And there's actually something wrong with it, which ties into the green truck as well. So anyway, let's take a look at what we got. It is a 2000 Silverado. And guys, you know, when I went to Texas, like I said, I took some money with me, and I was looking for something very similar to this. This is what I was looking for. Not necessarily extended cab. I would have taken a regular cab. I didn't need it to haul a bunch of stuff, but I did kind of want a truck, and a 6-cylinder truck is kind of what I was looking for. But I found this one. It's an original, I'm trying to think of what state it came. New Mexico. So it's rust free. No rust on the rockers, no bubbles even, and no bubbles on top of the fenders. So kind of lucked out with that. Now it does have some bumps and bruises. It's got several little dings here. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it will pick this one up. It's got one here, that's probably picking up, but it's got a pretty good one here, a little crease, and then on the bed. And so I've got a local PDR guy that I'm gonna see if he can pull out some of this stuff. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm not gonna paint this thing, but I probably will, you know, put a coat of wax on it, try to clean up some of the, I don't know if you guys can catch it in the reflection, but the hood has tons of little scratches and stuff that'll buff right out. And the reason I do that, it's just, it keeps it clean, you know, it makes it look a little nicer. But not a ton of stuff here. If I find a cheap lowering kit, I really don't have a desire to do a drop on this, let's say with new parts, but if I can find maybe a used lowering kit or something, I might do that. Maybe some wheels or tires. I don't know. I really don't have a ton of plans here. This was mainly meant to be a daily driver. Now, a little bit of story on this. I found it for sale, and I thought the price was good. I was just going to give the guy the price. And when I asked him when I could come look at it, he said, well, I've got a buddy driving it right now, and he said that the transmission's doing some weird things. So I said, so back up a little bit. It was $49.50 is what he wanted for it. 2000 model, extended cab. It's a power seat truck, nothing real fancy, no leather or anything, but it has 230,000 miles on it. And I thought $49.50 was a reasonable price. I was willing to pay that for this truck. Are there some out there cheaper? Not right now, really. Not that aren't completely rusted up. And I didn't want a rust truck, but the dents and stuff didn't bother me that bad. I don't know why, but anyway. So anyway, $49.50 is what he was asking for it. So then his buddy said the transmission was messing up because he was letting his buddy borrow it. So I said, well, what does it cost knowing that the transmission is doing some weird things? And he said $3,500. And honestly, guys, I thought that was a decent deal. $3,500 seemed pretty good to me. And the interior, while it just needs a good cleanup, It's in really good shape. You know, the seat's not torn, no cracks in the dash or anything. It's got the normal GM paint peeling on parts of the dash, but all in all, a pretty good truck. And so on the drive home, it did have some issues. It didn't want to go into overdrive. Well, it went into overdrive, but it's like the converter didn't want to lock up. And then it seemed like a couple times it started in maybe second gear. So I think, honestly, from the looks of it, I haven't had it off the ground, but just from the looks of the bottom bolts, I don't think the trans has been out of this. So 230,000 miles on original transmission, it's well overdue, that is for sure. But I think this will make a good little daily driver for me. And I can hook the trailer up to it if I need to. If I were gonna go on a long haul, I'd probably take the Yukon as far as hooking the trailer up. Just that 6.2 has so much more power than the 5.3s. But on to how that ties into the green truck. Well, I've been driving the green truck on nice days to work. And I noticed the last day I drove it to work, the transmission is messing up on it. And you guys, a couple of you guys said that when I was building this truck. Why wouldn't you have a built transmission put in it or go to a 4L80? Well, I thought that honestly, guys, for the small cam that I put in it and just headers and electric fans, I thought the trans would last a little longer. But I think the transmission, it feels like it's blowing through the converter. It will not lock up at all until you're maybe at like 80 miles an hour. Now, it could be maybe some tweaks in the tuning might make it last a little longer. But what I think I'm going to do is I've been wanting to do a 4L80 swap on this truck for a long time. And I probably should have done it while I had it apart. I agree. But I have two 4L80s. One is going to go in the Trans Am back there. And the other one I was going to hook to that 6-liter that I was either going to swap into the OBS or the 52. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, they're both good transmissions. So I'm going to use one for the Trans Am, and I think we're going to put the other one in this. And I think we are definitely going to be putting it in this. So my plan is I can still drive this for now. I can actually still drive both. They still run and drive. But I think I'm going to get the green truck up on the lift here. I'm going to yank the transmission out of it. I'm going to take it to a local place, just a local shop, and have it rebuilt. I think it's like $800 or $900 to have one rebuilt. That comes with a new converter as well, and it does come with a warranty. Now, normally I would send stuff to like FLT up in Illinois, because I've had them do stuff on a Trans Am that I had in the past. And I will tell you guys, if you're looking for a built transmission, they do an incredible job. But for what I'm needing it for, I'm going to take this one out, the 4L60 out, and I'm going to rebuild it, and I'm going to put it in this truck. So I don't need a built transmission for this truck, because we're not going to do anything motor-wise. Now, this is the next thing I want to do to this. The reason I want to put a 4L80 is I do want to turbo this truck. And when I turbo it, I might take those headers and that Y pipe and I might put those on here. But as far as like doing a cam and heads and stuff like that on this truck, that's not in the cards. It's not going to happen. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update of what was going on. Like I said, I'm sorry I haven't had a ton of work on videos, just because I have been really busy with the basketball thing. I've had time. I've literally ran to get this truck. It was only like an hour away from me. And then of course, we bought the Yukon as well. But I'm excited. I'm excited more so about this. I do like to tinker with stuff, as you guys know, and you've seen on this channel, we go through like daily drivers like crazy. But I do like to tinker. So this is cool to me too, because I can tinker around and, like maybe I'll take some of the badging off and just kind of clean it up and make it kind of look my own, tint the windows maybe. But I'm more excited about this because I've been wanting that turbo noise out of this truck for a long time. And while I know getting into a turbo build on this, I may not, it just depends on whether the exhaust fits around that 80 when I put it in. Because what I may do is do the 80 swap on this, put the exhaust back on it and wait until the Trans Am over there is finished, until I start a turbo upgrade on the green truck. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's a lot of Trans Am people out there wanting to see that thing completed, and I still got some parts on order that, like I said in the videos on that thing, I'll get to a point and I realize I don't have the next part, and so I order it, and then I wait and get it, and then I get a couple more parts in. Well, what I've done is I went through and looked at some of the stuff I think I'm gonna need and ordered a couple things, so maybe I can get through a few more steps on the Trans Am. But anyway, like I said, I know you guys, there's a lot of guys out there that wanna see me do the Trans Am and get it finished. But look, the cool thing about this shop is I can blow a bunch of stuff apart and, you know, kind of go back and forth. And on this channel, guys, as you know, you never know what we're going to work on. I might do something one day and something else completely different the next day. So anyway, guys, if you do like this video, if you think this new truck will be a good daily driver, go down there in the comments and let me know about it. Of course, also smash that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed, guys, you got to get subscribed, because there is some exciting stuff coming on this channel, that is for sure. With talking about upgrading to a turbo here, and then, you know, you're gonna get to see all this stuff that when we pull the trans out of both of them, I will show you guys that whole process. Of course, you know, the OBS, the bed is still on it, as you can see, but that's one of those things, like I said, you may see in other videos where it's gone. I'm supposed to actually take it to him tomorrow night. Don't really know when this video will go up, but yeah, the bed's supposed to be gone. Really, really exciting stuff coming on that truck. The OBS build that you are going to want to see for sure. But anyway, guys, I think that's it for now. Stay tuned to see what we work on next.